This one does. All right, I think we're recording. Recording, it says it up there. All right, hell yeah, let's go.
Whoa!
All right, you ready? What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the Fantasy Football Show. I am joined by Zach and my boy Boyer. It is November the 3rd. Huge day. Biggest day of the year. Huge day. You know why?
Trade deadline.
Trade deadline day. That's why.
Trade
Nothing else is going on today at all. Just trade deadline day. The deadline is coming up in an hour and about 20 minutes for us as we are recording. Hey, get out there and vote. You better get out in there and vote, Boyer.
I am. As soon as I'm off work.
Me and Zach got it, but yeah. All right, so we're just gonna get into some news and notes from around our league so far today. Talked about the trade deadline. Also, to note, Kittle, these 49ers are kind of banged up.
in pain, if you will.
Yeah, a little bit banged up. So Kittle is out 8 weeks with a foot fracture. You wanna?
Does that put him back in it? Like, will he be able to play before the end of the season?
8 weeks is the end of the season. We're 8 weeks in, so that's 16 weeks.
If they make the playoffs, then maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if they make the playoffs, then he can be back.
Everything goes great with this foot.
Yeah, as long as everything heals right and he makes that. But as far as fantasy is concerned, it's not looking good for George Kittle.
For
Jimmy
anyone that
G.
drafted him in these.
Yeah. As a Kittle owner myself, it is very sad news. I mean, incredibly sad news.
Oh yeah.
But moving on to the news with Jimmy G. He has a ankle injury. He's been fighting it all year. Not really all year, but since like week 2, so might as well be. He's out 6 weeks with his high ankle sprain again. So they're down to C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins. So the 49ers.
Jay Bufford is an Iowa alumni.
Yep.
Go Hawks.
Very true. Very true.
He did look good when he was out there when the first time Jimmy G got hurt. He did look pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
A whole lot.
And Nick Mullins has done this before. He's stepped in and filled in for Jimmy G. Next for our injuries is Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew, our beloved Gardner Minshew. He is likely to be inactive this week against Houston. Hey, hold on a second.
Bryce Kroll is in the
Hey, we got new
No
members.
way.
Yeah, Bryce
No
Kroll.
way.
Apparently, I didn't have class today.
It
got canceled.
No.
All right.
Oh, it's probably because of the trade deadline, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Trade deadline day. Huge day, November 3rd.
No, dude, it's election day.
No.
Tuesday.
No.
Trade deadline.
Trade deadline day today. So
Isn't it November 2nd?
no, it's November 3rd, man.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, isn't it? So what you have missed out on, Mr. Bruce, is Kittle
Oh my
injury,
God, it is the third.
Jimmy G injury, and we just got into the Gardner Minshew finger fracture. I think it's multiple fractures and ligament damage. So that sounds like a really fun injury.
He'll play through it.
Yeah, I mean, fuck that shit, man. I want Gardner in the fucking league, man.
I need my boy to come back. I miss him.
Yeah. Huge Gardner Minshew fans over here. So moving on, we got Kenyon Drake. He's unlikely to play this week. Coach, what's his name? Cliff Kingsbury. He said, "quote It looked more severe than it's going to end up being." So could be some good news for Drake owners, even though he's been really disappointing this
I
year.
have a question.
What you got, man?
What's the strat in picking up Kenyon?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
He was on the waiver, so I picked him up. I didn't want anybody. I have both the running backs now.
Oh yeah, running the dual back Arizona Cardinals.
All right.
It wasn't a strat. I just picked him up.
I respect it.
I think you should probably start both of them. They're pretty respectable.
Yeah.
However,
I'll start Mike Davis this week.
So this news is really impactful for the Chase Edmonds owners. Might get him for 1, maybe
Awesome.
2 weeks. So yeah. So moving on into a little bit of a trade deadline date trade discussion. The Pats are shopping Stephon Gilmore, the 2019 reigning Defensive Player of the Year.
Big bag with his name. Big bag.
Yeah. He just got a raise this year as well. I believe $11.5 million paid this season.
Best corner in the league, money.
Yeah. So the Pats are saying that they want a first round pick and a player for Stephon Gilmore, which I don't think they would get, especially after Desmond King just went to the Titans for a
Titans, right?
6th round pick. Yeah. And he's a hell of a player as well. So
Yeah, I was about to say he's a top cornerback
he
too.
went there for a 6th?
a 6th.
6th.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Golly, I could.
Chargers are throwing in the towel, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Pats are throwing in the towel with Stephon Gilmore too.
Yeah.
Bad.
How good would that make them? Will it make them much better? I don't know
Oh
much
no,
about
the Pats are going to be. The Pats are giving up if they trade Stephon Gilmore.
I think that the Pats are kind of moving on a little bit past this season. I don't think they
The
keep
rebuild
him.
is on the way, huh?
Yeah, next season they have the most cap in the league currently.
A lot of cap.
Yeah, whole lot of capping
cap.
going on. Whole lot of capping going on. So there's a Bill Belichick quote that I kind of want to try and find. I'll do some searching for it here. But the next thing I want you guys to talk about is some rumors for the trade deadline. So like currently,
Will Fuller?
yeah, Will Fuller is huge in the talks right now to go to Green Bay. The Packers are talking that they want him. However, I saw a tweet saying that the Packers at the highest level of the organization are in between, like if it would be worth it or not. So what do you guys think? Would Will Fuller to the Packers be worth it or not?
No.
I don't know. I want to know how Bryce feels. Yeah, okay. I don't know how
He
Bryce
better
feels.
not.
Why is that, Bryce? Explain.
Because he's a wide receiver 1 with the Texans and he's a wide receiver 2 with the Packers.
Oh, so that messed up his fantasy ranking.
Yes.
Which in reality, if they got a slot weapon like Will Fuller, the Packers did, that offense would be at a higher level, on another level, in fact, if you can say.
The
How
Packers
about your quarterback out, Bryce?
They
the
don't
Packers would
need
be
him.
better. The Packers would be much better. Aaron Rodgers has done this before. He supported Devontae Adams. He supported Jordy Nelson. He supported tight ends along with those two. Like, he can sustain multiple weapons to stay fantasy relevant.
Well, why aren't they right now?
MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, is just not the player that Will Fuller is.
Yeah, Scantling's not exactly a wide receiver 3.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
other than Devontae Adams, I mean, I don't.
Tanya.
They're just not any weapons. And Will Fuller is a game changer. I mean,
Again, if they had him in the
Definitely
slot,
a good
that would be
move for
crazy.
him.
yeah. I
Would
think
they
that
move for him?
This is a good
Just-
move for the
just-
Packers.
yeah, I agree. And they're 6-2 right now. or like 5-2. I think they've had their bye.
Yeah, they just lost to the
Vikings.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is tough.
So I want to circle back. I found the Bill quote. I thought it was kind of funny, being a Pats fan. So he was on a radio show, and these guys were kind of like pressuring him and like asking him like, "What's going on this season?" Like, he was responding, and then one guy said, "Those sound like excuses," and he said, "Quote, I mean, look, we paid Cam Newton $1 million. It was obvious that we didn't have any money. It's nobody's fault. That's just what we did for the last 5 years. We sold out. We won 3 Super Bowls, played in a 4th, played in an AFC Championship game." I mean, they just kind of dropping the bombs like, "Hey, we sold out, and we got some Super Bowls, and now we're broke." I mean, that's just kind of
it worked. Don't
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, it definitely worked, but
it worked, but not set up for the future right now.
mm-mm.
I haven't really seen a whole lot as far as trade rumors, other than the Will Fuller one. That's the big one right now. But within the last hour, Adam Schefter has talked about Andy Dalton missing the game this week against the Steelers.
COVID.
So they're bringing out Ben DiNucci against the Steelers.
I have a feeling he might be sacked about 20 times.
Yeah, I think that Ben DiNucci might get like decapitated or something.
They're gonna need their
who's the backup after him?
I don't know. They signed some practice squad guy. What is Boy doing right now?
We're in a freaking drive.
Oh, all right. Yep.
I have to go inside Home Depot because my boss apparently is not outside like he said he was.
There you go. Podcasting on the job.
Yeah, basically. Oh, is that gonna scratch? Nah, fine.
So I think that kind of or there is one more piece. Jamal Williams, running back for the Green Bay Packers, will be out this Thursday. Because he's around AJ Dillon, who tested positive for COVID. So they're sitting both of them, and Aaron Jones with the like minor calf strain that they called this 2 weeks ago. But he's missed the past 2 weeks. I like that echo, man.
Hey, you'll mute that man.
All right.
Don't tell him when he gets back that he's muted.
But anyway, this leaves the Packers with Dexter Williams and Tyler Ervin. Absolute beasts. I mean, everyone knows who they are. They get to go up against a top 5 run defense in San Francisco. Yeah. What are your thoughts on rolling those guys out for streaming or running them with waivers?
I mean, how many touches was Jamal Williams getting, even when Aaron Jones was out?
Last week, I can check because he was on my team, and I have it right here. Jamal Williams against the Minnesota Vikings, he got 16 carries and 6 receptions.
Honestly, that's.
And then the backup. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I wasn't.
The backup was active.
The
backup was active. The guy who's going to start probably. He didn't even touch the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because AJ Dillon did get in. I think he got like more than 5 carries with
really?
COVID. He literally tested positive before the game, and then played. But hey, that's all right. That'll work.
So Aaron Rodgers touched him?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers touched him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, man.
No, not Aaron Rodgers.
So just to kind of highlight the 49ers' current injuries as of the 2nd of November, Jimmy G, quarterback, George Kittle, tight end, Deebo Samuel, wide receiver 1, Raheem Mostert, Tevin Coleman, Jeff Wilson, the top 3 running backs, 2 of their centers. Jordan Reed is on IR right now. Jalen Hurd, Tavon Austin, 2 wide receivers, and then multiple on their defense that don't really matter for fantasy for us right now. But I mean, it's over 8 players are hurt on the defensive side of the ball. It's just I don't understand how that happens. Like, how is this one team just getting railed?
That's painful to see. It's
Yeah.
very painful.
The Dolphins just traded Isaiah Ford to the Patriots, by the way. The wide
Isaiah
receiver.
Ford. He's a wide receiver.
Big
I
name.
didn't even know
The
who that
wide
was,
receiver.
man.
Big
Don't know.
name, big name.
So breaking news:
trade.
Isaiah Ford to the Pats. Don't know what they gave up because it literally just happened. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Pats are making moves. They're going to be top of the division in 3 weeks. I'm telling you.
Hot take.
Hot takes here on the Fantasy Football.
Yeah, Bills who?
Yeah, who are the Bills? I mean, the
We're the
Pats are
Jets,
right
man.
there in it.
The only Bill I know is Bill Belichick.
They got right in it. They were ready to win, and then Cam decided to drop the ball, but that's all right. So
Rough.
yeah, but let's transition away from that. We'll talk about some breaking trades if they ever happen while we are recording this. But I want to break down the Monday night game. What were your guys' thoughts if you caught it?
Daniel Jones is not it.
He likes to turn the ball over. It's kind of cool.
He likes to throw it.
Dude, he had probably like 6+ deep shots that should have hit. Like the wide receiver was just open, and he just overthrew him by like 5 yards.
Mm-hmm. No,
There was one where the receiver literally shook his cornerback and was 10 yards away. Like the nearest defender was 10 yards away. And right as he broke the corner, Daniel Jones turns, and then there's pressure, and you just never saw him. I mean, it was a guaranteed touchdown.
like there's no. I don't understand that because there's no pressure with Jones either. No one's expecting him to save New York at the moment.
Yeah.
New York's not exactly top talent.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's just more poor judgment and decision making than any sort of pressure.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of Daniel Jones at this point. Don't get me wrong, that run he had last week, that was crazy, but
Fast man.
He's a fast
very
man.
fast man.
Too fast for his own good. I mean, shit.
You like that?
Yeah,
no, I didn't watch the game. I might have been asleep.
I got you. That's all right. You got that sleep.
But I talked to Coop about it, and he said something about some calls were a little sus.
Yeah, there was one sus call at the end. I kind of took away that the Giants defense was a bit surprising. Ronald Jones kind of got put into fumble timeout. He caught a tip pass and had to like drop down to the ground, and then went to turn and got it punched out. And then he got out snapped, I believe, 47-17 right after that. I mean, he literally didn't come onto the field until about the third quarter.
Bruce Arians is not playing around.
No. The worst part was it was like inside the 20, so the Giants got a touchdown right after that. So the big talking point of this was the Giants' chance to win. Daniel Jones leads them down the field. They score with about 30 seconds left or so, and they have to go for 2 to tie the game. And the running backs open. Daniel Jones throws it, and the Buccaneers defender just runs into him. If you watch the play in real time, it's really bang bang. Like, to me, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's unlucky for the Giants. But then you slow it down, and he does hit early. I agree with that. But I mean, it's so like fine to me.
I'm gonna have to get a look at it real quick. I actually didn't see that. I kind of turned it off after a while because Daniel Jones was hurting me.
Yeah.
Hey, I was looking for a charger, by the way, for my laptop. I didn't find one.
I got you. Yeah, like, so they throw the flag. The refs huddle up for like 45 seconds, and then they decide to take the flag away, and then it gives the Giants the loss and the Bucs the win. Zach, have you found it yet?
I'm getting to it. I'm zooming through here. 2-point playtime. That one would be confusing. Holy shit.
Yeah, like it really in real time it looks pretty bang. But
No, he's definitely holding there.
yeah. Tad
No,
bit
I agree with
sus.
that too.
Tad bit sus. Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway from this game for fantasy is that Rojo and Leonard Fournette are going to split the work until one of them gets hurt or one of them fumbles the ball and turns it over. Then the other one will benefit from that. I think that's just the biggest talking point from this. Mike Evans catches a touchdown. Gronk gets into the end zone again.
Wait, how many points did Gronk end up having?
I believe like 13.
I mean,
Yeah,
Brandon
14
gets to talk a little more.
Yep. I mean,
That's annoying.
yeah, he caught the ball and then he barely got his second foot down. The defender punched it out. But yeah, I think Gronk is going to be like a top 8 tight end rest of season.
Top 8.
Even with Antonio Brown coming in, I do think so.
I mean, I'd hope so. The tight end position this year is kind of not
Yeah.
exactly.
There's only like 3 or 4, like, and one of them is out for the rest of the season, apparently.
Yep.
Or
Especially with Kittle.
8 weeks.
Yep. I mean, 8 weeks is the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Poor Colin.
Tough living over here for me. Just traded for him. Love that. So yeah, I think we're gonna move on to waivers now, huh? Move on to some waivers.
Oh, absolutely.
Heck yeah. So position by position, Matt Ryan is available in our league, gets the 26th best defense in Denver. He's kind of been getting the job done, especially as of recent. Now that Julio's healthy again, Matt Stafford gets Minnesota, 27th best defense. His first 3 touchdown game came last week without Kenny G for the second half. Zach, let's get your thoughts on that. The lone Lions fan.
That is painful. Watching Kenny G go down was absolutely painful.
What happened?
I think it was
His hip?
Yeah, it's hip.
No, it was his hip.
Yeah, they said like week to week or something, I think.
Yeah, he's doubtful for this week.
Says active on ESPN.
I'm just gonna step in here for some New England Patriots.
He isn't expected to be ready for week 9.
Something to monitor rest of the week for sure. I'm just gonna step in here with some Pats Dolphins trade talk. They sent a third for Isaiah Ford.
They sent a third?
Eesh.
Who is Isaiah Ford?
Is this dude good?
I have not heard of him. Yeah, I don't know what the Pats are doing, man. Do not know what the Pats are doing. I understand the wide receiver position is kind of short now without Julian Edelman and Harry right now, but I mean, just
He has
He's got 18
Isaiah Ford
receptions
has
on the year.
Isaiah Ford has played 16 games since 2018. The most yards in scrimmage he ever had was 255 in 2019. Hasn't started a single game.
that's worth a third for sure.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yo,
Maybe a second.
GM Bill Belichick's getting it done over there, to be honest. All right, let's just move on to the next quarterback. I got Big Ben down. He gets Dallas. They suck. Dallas sucks, dude.
Dallas sucks.
Dallas
Dallas
just
is bad.
sucks. I mean, there's
Dallas
nothing
is
else to
bad.
say. Dallas sucks.
Hey, they stopped good old Carson Wentz a little
They
bit though.
did stop Wentz. They did stop Wentz. Yeah.
Not Travis Fulgham though. He's a beast.
Travis Fulgham is a bit of a beast. But yeah, I think Ben gets it done against Dallas. Everyone's been doing it.
Yeah,
They could the Steelers could go up literally 21-0 in the first 3 drives and then run the ball. I don't know.
James
I mean,
Conner. Let's
yeah.
go.
It could happen. Now moving on to running backs. Damian Harris, he gets the Jets running back for the New England Patriots. He has 2 100-yard games this year. He looks really good, in my opinion. Had a touchdown last week. But, I mean, it really kind of depends on if the Pats have to throw the ball for his rest of season value. But I think this week against the Jets, he could be a good pickup. Hasty, the running back for the 49ers, could be the only healthy running back again. Seems like a few different teams are dealing with that. But he gets Green Bay, super good run defense, really stopped Dalvin Cook. Held him to under 55 fantasy points.
That was impressive.
That
on
was
their end. Very
impressive.
impressive.
Yeah. I think Hasty is a great pickup. I'm 3rd in our league in waiver priority, and I think I have Hasty for my number 1 pickup.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yep. Could have to play him. I don't know. I'm looking at either Antonio Gibson against the Giants or Justin Jefferson against Detroit.
Booby
but
Gibson.
I mean, if Hasty is the only healthy running back with that good of a team, I don't think you can miss.
I think I've been 7th on the waiver wire for the past 7 weeks. I got to be honest.
Yeah, can't relate.
Can't relate.
What are you guys
Pain through
looking at?
success.
What are you guys looking at?
Hey, tight end. I need a tight end.
Hey, me too.
I'm
Old Jonnu Smith ain't doing too hot now that AJ Brown's back.
Yep.
It's kind of making me sad.
And the emergence of Corey Davis as well.
I like Corey Davis. I've always liked Corey Davis, and if he can do good, I'll like Corey Davis.
Yeah, I don't think Corey Davis is picked up in our league even. No, he's still on waiver.
Yep.
I have him in other leagues, but he's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
He was the 5th overall draft pick, I think, 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after was that the Leonard Fournette draft?
It could be the draft.
Am I mistaken?
No, I don't think so. I think that was the year before because that's the draft class with like Alvin and all the beast running backs, and that's this year.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Corey Davis is kind of breaking out this year.
About time.
Yeah, it's kind of turning into what Devontae Parker did last season. Last season was his 5th season, and he broke out. And I think he finished like top 16 wide receiver. Corey Davis could do that, definitely. Concerning as a AJ Brown owner myself, but AJ Brown has 5 touchdowns in 4 games, so kind of
Not
right
too
in that.
upset about it.
Kind of right in that. Now on to wide receivers. Marvin Jones, 56% owned, gets Minnesota. No Kenny G, possibly something to monitor all week.
Marvin's a beast too.
Yeah.
He's a little washed, but he's a little old, honestly. He's been in the league, 8, 9 years at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's like 29.
Yeah.
He's still good. He's still good.
He knows how to run his routes, dude. He's one of the best route runners I see, at least. Granted, I watch Lions games, so it's not exactly seeing a lot of good of it, but
yeah. I think what did he finish with last week? Oh, where is it?
I literally monitored it. I forgot.
Did someone pick him up? No. Okay. I was projecting. Okay. Hey, last week he had 18 fantasy points, 3 for 39, 2 touchdowns. He had 7 targets. I saw a stat saying like when he gets 7 or more targets, he's like a top 16 wide receiver every time. So if he gets that again, I mean, he'll be a great play.
They they fed the ball a lot to Hall too. I don't know if you saw that. They fed the ball a lot to Hall. He had over 100 receiving yards, I want to say.
Heck
It was crazy to see because you really don't see Hall get too many touches, but like he's honestly viable if Kenny G's out too, because now he's the second receiver.
Yeah. And especially against this really good Minnesota Vikings secondary, 30th best, not third.
It's a great defense, honestly.
Yep. Corey Davis, like we talked about, he's only 52% owned. However, he gets Chicago, the third best defense. He's had 12 fantasy points in every game this season. I mean, really consistent. Probably not going to boom, not have that super high upside like AJ Brown on the same team, but can definitely get you upwards of 15, 18 points if you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Sterling Shepard, he had a great game last night, I thought. 68% owned, 2 straight 15-point fantasy point productions after coming back from injury. So Bruce, you wanna talk about some tight ends that you're looking at?
Well,
to the tight end spot.
I like Eric Ebron, but I do not trust Eric Ebron.
Yeah, definitely.
The last couple of games, he's got the ball a good amount, but I mean, the only reason he had a touchdown last week was just because the Ravens just didn't guard him.
Yeah, it was blown coverage.
Yeah, it was, and that scares me because I just feel like he doesn't get the ball as much as he could. I mean, if you look at all his other games, he has one game with 16 points because he had a touchdown, and everything else is 11 and then under 7. So I don't really trust him that much. I was kind of looking at Evan Ingram just because, I mean, he's not doing spectacular, but he's not doing terrible.
He finally caught the deep shot. He didn't drop it like he did last Thursday. He had 5 for 61, had 12 fantasy points, 2 straight weeks of 10 plus. I mean, for a tight end, that's what you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
for a tight end who was supposed to be top 5 this year as well, it's kind of crazy to see.
Yeah. So Eric Ebron, it's super inconsistent. But I mean, he does get Dallas, so you gotta love that matchup.
I also have another one. Old Jordan Reed.
Yes,
what do we
sir.
think about him?
Jordan
what do we
Reed.
think about Jordan Reed?
I think he's 2% owned. He's 2%.
He's coming off IR probably.
Yeah, he should be activated off of IR. Week 2 against the Jets, super good defense. He had 24 fantasy points.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's healthy, I think that he is a good option against Green Bay, despite them being 4th against the tight end. I still think
if he's healthy.
Yeah.
It's Jordan Reed we're talking about.
You're right. It's very noteworthy.
Very scary.
The other tight end, Ross Dwelly, caught a touchdown last week for the 49ers. I'd rather, if I am doing a San Francisco 49er tight end, I think it's Jordan Reed. And if he's not healthy, I'm looking elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Tonyan is available in our league. Something to note, another good tight end. But yeah, it's definitely a wasteland. The tight end area is.
It's a sad position this year. If you don't have Kelsey, if you don't have Waller, maybe even Mark Andrews, it's kind of a bust position.
Yep.
It's sad to see. Zach Ertz, man, what in the hell happened to him?
He's washed. Zach Ertz is washed.
Unfortunate. Hot wife really just changed him, huh?
Soccer.
Let's
Let's
tough.
go.
That's tough.
Yeah, man. So the next part of the show that I would like to get into is this halfway review. We're 8 weeks into the season. That gives us a good sample size of the top 12 positions per fantasy game. And I kind of want to get your thoughts on that and see who is most likely to slip into the top 12, who's most likely to slip out of the top 12, and who's the biggest surprise, good or bad. So starting off with the quarterbacks, we have Russell Wilson at 1, Kyler Murray at 2, Dak, RIP, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, Ryan Tannehill, Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson, and Ryan Fitzpatrick at 12, RIP.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yep. So there are 2 obvious ones that will slip out, but other than those 2, who do you think is a candidate to slip out of the top 12 for quarterbacks?
I mean, to slip out of the top 12, obviously Fitz. R.I.P. Fitzpatrick. Justin Herbert is scary to me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's more of a riding off of a hot start than it is actually fantasy viable.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't checked their schedule either, but
Yeah.
I guess I should probably check that too, now that I think about it.
Oh, gosh.
Who even has Justin Herbert? Luke does. Of course Luke does. He's playing, actually, Las Vegas and Miami, the Jets.
Are we still talking about quarterback?
Yeah, we're talking about Justin Herbert right now, man.
Okay, I have one to talk about after you.
What's up, Brandon? Yeah, I think Herbert's been the biggest surprise and could definitely slip out as well. He's got a decent schedule. He's got a good schedule. He's got a good schedule, man. Vegas, Miami, Jets, Buffalo, New England, Atlanta, Las Vegas, Denver, Kansas City. That's a good schedule.
He has a really friendly schedule, actually. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Kind of take back my statement about him falling out then.
Did you see Derrick Henry's schedule for the playoffs?
Is it nice?
We're not at that point, sir.
Oh, is that on there?
So, you know who's going to slip in?
Who's that?
Who's going to slip in?
Joe Burrow.
You
Joe
think
Burrow?
so?
Yes. He's a beast.
Joe Burrow is a beast. Both
he is fantastic.
Him and Justin Herbert have been incredible. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
2 of the best quarterbacks we've seen in a while compared to Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Obviously, those guys picked the cake over them so far. But, I mean, in a couple of years, man, that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For my choice to slip in, I got to go with QB 13 on points per game basis, Carson Wentz. He doesn't have much to go, and I mean he's been getting it done on the ground. Very inconsistent, hard to watch him play sometimes, but I mean his rushing floor is pretty nice. So moving on to running backs.
Carson Wentz is so weird, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. So the top 12 running backs go in points per game. Go Alvin Kamara at 1. Number 2 is Dalvin Cook. Christian McCaffrey 3. Aaron Jones 4. Derrick Henry 5. James Robinson 6. Chris Carson 7. Zeke 8. Raheem Mostert 9. Joe Mixon 10. Miles Sanders 11. Josh Jacobs 12. I think the biggest surprise is James Robinson being in there at number 6.
Absolutely.
I mean, undrafted rookie. Yeah, Brandon, get Brandon in here for some Jaguars. James Robinson.
Hey, Brandon, we need some talk about James Robinson, if you wouldn't mind.
Hey, can I talk first? He's out. He's out.
I'll be
Out of the top 12.
He wants the Zoom, man.
Shut up, boy.
He wants the
Boy
Zoom.
just called me.
So Bruce thinks that good old James Robinson will slip out of the top 12. What do you think about that, Zach?
You think he's slipping out of the top 12?
Yes.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
What leads you to believe that?
Okay. you look at his like what he's scored in every game, right?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Week 2, 21 points. Week 3, 30. He's had 15 or less in every other game other than that, with 2 of those being 10 flat. And then recently he had his 31-point game.
Hmm.
I think that he'll stay in the 10 to like 14 point range. I don't think that he's going to keep up a 20 plus pace
My thing
like Brandon
with
will think that he will.
my
Who is this
thing,
again?
James Robinson.
James Robinson.
Oh yeah, no.
Know what?
He's not. He's gonna stay at 10 or 14. He's gonna have maybe another big game, but he's not gonna average out 20.
Let's think about the situation though as well, because Gardner Minshew just went out,
Yeah.
which means they're going to be.
Let's think about the other situation here. Jags
Okay.
ass.
That doesn't mean anything when they have some of the worst run defenses in the league coming up on their schedule. Actually,
True.
Houston, Green Bay, Minnesota. Granted, there's the stop of Pittsburgh and Cleveland, but that's still 3 games where he has the opportunity to score 30 plus again.
Yeah, I think that he's been the biggest surprise, and I don't think I see him slipping outside of the top 12 personally.
Especially with his usage rate in comparison to every other running back.
He gets so many touches. He's got 107 carries. He's got 32 targets. He gets it done on the ground and through the air. Hey, Boyer, can you flip your camera? Like, there you go, man.
There we go.
There you go, man. So who I think will slip out of the top 12 is at the 11 spot, Todd Gurley. He just doesn't really look explosive. First off,
what happened last week?
With Todd Gurley,
did you see that he was on the sideline for like the majority of the game? He wasn't hurt. He was just warming up on the sideline the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, his health is always an issue. Like the past 2 years, that's been the main storyline for him. I just don't see him keeping this touch rate up of getting like over 15 carries a game and staying healthy.
I agree with that, actually. I don't think Todd Gurley. I think Todd Gurley is a serviceable running back at this point.
Hmm.
I think he's a solid running back to flex, but you're not going to be able to rely on him for top-notch production anymore, strictly because of that knee tendonitis.
Yep.
Way too unpredictable.
100% agree. So who's someone that could slip into this top 12?
Who could slip in?
I know who I'm going to say, and I know who I think that Colin is going to say, and I think that we agree on this.
Uh-huh.
Antonio Gibson.
I just highlighted him, man.
Yep. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Antonio Gibson, really?
He's a beast. He has like the highest missed tackle percentage. It's like 25% or something. Like he's incredible. I just love watching him, dude. He's so good. He's so good.
I think I kind of have 2 to think about here. Don't get me wrong, Boobie Gibson is phenomenal. I love Gibson, except he's not giving the ball to J.D. McKissick now. So that's kind of sad because, McKissick's my guy. But I think Jonathan Taylor is someone to watch for, too.
100%. I completely agree. Don't know what happened this last week. I predicted him to get like a huge game, like 20-plus points.
I saw it coming. It didn't happen.
The other 2 running backs got all of the work for some reason. Phillip Rivers in a post-game interview in passing said that he was a little nicked up. And then Frank Reich also said that he has like an ankle, like a minor ankle injury. So something to monitor rest of the week, but super disappointing last week. But I think rest of the season, he has a good schedule and he can definitely get it done.
Yeah. They have for the rest of the weeks, they have 3 matchups that are running defenses in the top 10. That's Baltimore, Tennessee, and Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
After that, they have Jacksonville, they have the Texans, the Raiders, Texans again, Green Bay. He has all the opportunity in the world to be a top 10 even, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yep. Let's transition into wide receivers now. So the top 12 wide receivers on points per game basis are at number 1, Devontae Adams, 2, Tyler Lockett, 3, DK, 4, DeAndre Hopkins, 5, Jamison Crowder, 6, Travis Fulgham, 7, Calvin Ridley, AJ Brown, 8, 9, Julio, 10, Tyreek, tied with Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, and Keenan Allen. Those 4 are. So there's the top 12. Who's been the biggest surprise for the top 12?
Jamison Crowder.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that one.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming when I was drafting this year.
Was Robbie Anderson in that too?
No.
Robbie fell off. Robbie
Okay.
fell off real quick.
Yeah.
Travis Fulgham, definitely a surprise. I don't think many people knew his name except for maybe Zach, because he was on the Lions for a little bit.
He was.
But Travis Fulgham, I mean, he hasn't played many games, but in the games that he has played, he's been a beast.
Doug Peterson putting him in the right position, I suppose.
Yeah. Jamison Crowder, I feel like, has always had the talent. It's just whether or not he gets the ball.
Yeah, some players is all about coaching, and most players with Jim Caldwell weren't exactly, not exactly in the best situation.
Yeah. So Fulgham's stats, he's played from week 4 through week 8, so that's 5 games. He's finished 15 fantasy points, 31 fantasy points, 19, 12, and then 19 again. He's been a huge surprise. How does it feel to have Fulgham there, Bruce?
Loving it.
Loving it?
Yeah, but, Michael Thomas comes back. I've got Michael Thomas, Stephon Diggs, Travis Fulgham.
Can you invite him?
Dude, scary.
I just saw Brandon standing there.
Hey, what's your email there?
What's your email, buddy?
Brandon Callahan, 2018.
Brandon.Callahan2018@gmail.com.
There you go. What was your wide receiver core again, Bryce?
What?
What was your wide receiver core again, Bryce, that you were mentioning?
Hey, shut up. I know yours is really good, but it's Michael Thomas, Stephon Diggs, and Travis Fulgham if he's back. And then I also have Kenny Galladay and Will Fuller and Deontay Johnson.
Zach has 2 in the top 4 wide receivers. So
along with 2 people who I think are going to jump into the top 12, Terry and DJ.
All right, there we go. Great transition.
I think Terry's one of the best receivers in the league to me, honestly. Easily top 10.
He's a beast.
And I feel like if he had a better quarterback not named Kyle Allen, we'd be saying a whole different story.
Yeah.
Or Dwayne Haskins, either way.
Oh, dude, the Pats going to trade for Terry McLaurin.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
I see Calvin Ridley falling out of the top 12.
Really?
Yeah, Calvin Ridley.
He's injury ridden.
Currently at 6. We're just going off of average, so I mean, if you miss games, it doesn't really hurt you a whole lot. But I mean, Ridley is really Julio dependent, as are the Falcons. If Julio misses, Calvin kind of gets game planned out. Someone who I could see sneaking into the top 12, I'm going to go with 2, and that's going to be Tyler Boyd and as well as Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, huge play ability, and Tyler Boyd, with the way the Bengals are just slinging that rock, and Tyler Boyd's the main target. Tyler Boyd looks good.
I could see Cooper Kupp sneaking into the very bottom. Yeah, he got targeted 21 times last game?
Yeah, 21 times for Cooper Kupp.
That's nuts. He only caught 11 of them, but that's just nuts. You get targeted 21 times.
Yeah.
Were they probably missing Robert Woods?
No, Robert
Woods
they both had 20-plus fantasy points. against the
Yeah.
Dolphins. But they
Oh, really?
did
Okay.
they
I
did
didn't
go
watch.
they went down like 21-0 very early due to defensive scores.
So they were just passing.
They were just throwing, yeah. But I do Cooper Kupp, if he becomes more of a touchdown receiver, he'll get back up there.
Yeah.
I think he's really dependent on touchdowns.
I think the biggest surprise in this has been DK, just the way that he has performed.
That dude is an animal.
He's a beast. He's the wide receiver 2 in this offense, but he's turning into the wide receiver 1 definitely this season. Just a physical beast of a man.
Yo, I didn't get your email.
Well, I guess he spelled Callahan or Brandon wrong.
Probably, man.
Brandon Callahan 2018
That's too
At Gmail.
at gmail.com.
Man.
Yo, you born in 2018, dog?
Are you ready for this? Are you ready?
Yeah.
BRANDEN
dot
CALLIHAN.
No, it's
AHAN.
It's an A.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Brandon Callahan, how's it going?
Yo, Brandon Callahan.
He said Callahan with an I.
You stupid or something.
Spelling hard, dog. There's also 20 million different ways you could spell your dumbass last name. Dude.
Yeah, that is a
There's
goddamn
also
fact there,
20
buddy.
million ways to spell my
And his first name.
And his first
Yeah,
name.
he's-
You got
he's
a
got a
really
very-
basic name,
Yo,
but it's still really.
Brandon's
very
got so many
basic name.
aliases, man.
I have the whitest name ever.
You really do have the widest name ever. Almost on par with Joe Smith. Almost there.
Colin Ellis.
So
Another wide receiver I see falling out. I really like you were talking about Jefferson earlier. I really don't see Thielen keeping up top production with Jefferson breaking out.
yeah, I think so as well. I definitely think that's a possibility. I could see AJ Brown dropping out of the top 12 in average just because of the emergence of Corey Davis.
What do you think about T. Higgins?
I think he's also a beast.
I can see him maybe coming into the bottom.
Oh man, can you at least sit
Not
up?
with Tyler Boyd. Not
I think-
top 12.
I think Tyler Boyd might
yeah.
sneak in, but T. Higgins maybe not.
That's right. Now, Brandon, what's your thoughts on Allen Robinson?
Allen Robinson, he's going to finish number 11 this year.
So
for
you
wide
think
receivers.
that Allen Robinson sneaks into the top 12?
Yeah, I think he's just really going to stay consistent with
My God, it's so
15 to
bright.
20 points.
Yeah. I could see that as well. Brandon, we kind of talked about the top 12 quarterbacks and running backs and wide receivers. We'll backtrack into quarterbacks. Who do you think is the biggest surprise? Who slips out and who slips in of these top 12? For quarterback, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Dak, RIP, Patrick Mahomes. This is just an average, so that's why Dak is in it.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, Ryan Tannehill, Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I mean, there's a few in there that are surprises.
Justin Herbert's a big one.
Yeah. Herbert did not see that coming. Honestly, I see him staying in that area. I don't see him dropping out really. I don't see him going up to top 3, but
yeah,
he's gonna stay in there. Tannehill is a surprise too. I see him dropping out.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Josh Allen, he has a tougher schedule down the line. Honestly, I see him going lower, but he's not going to drop out of it. He's going to stay in that top 12, but he's going to play worse than he did at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And then obviously Fitzmagic is RIP pretty much.
Yeah.
But that's so sad.
Who do you think slips in?
Who do I think slips in?
We thought Joe Burrow. We kind of all collectively thought Joe Burrow. I brought up Carson Wentz. He's at 13 right now.
Has he been doing better these last few weeks?
Yeah, I think he has.
The first couple weeks, he wasn't doing so hot.
Yeah, Wentz was doing good, and then this past week he had a great matchup against Dallas, and then just kind of tried to do too much. I think
That's the fantasy move right now. Is you just make your team, whatever team's playing Dallas, you put all their players on your team, and they're all going to go off.
I agree.
Pretty much.
I agree.
It's just that's how bad Dallas is.
Thinking of players coming into it, I feel like there's a lot in middle area. Everyone so deep with just average quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Matt Ryan could. Stafford.
Matt Ryan
maybe
is
with Julio coming back.
I'd love seeing Stafford doing that. Don't get me wrong, but I don't see it happening, man.
Yeah.
Marvin Jones Jr. finishing top 3 with Matt Stafford finishing number 1.
Hot takes.
Okay.
Hot takes, baby. Hot takes.
That's
Hot
a
takes.
hot take.
Joins the call all of a sudden. Holy shit.
You never know.
Definitely not going to happen.
So the running backs that we talked about, the top 12 is Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook, McCaffrey, Aaron Jones, Derrick Henry, James Robinson, Chris Carson, Zeke, Raheem Mostert, Joe Mixon, Miles Sanders, Josh Jacobs. For their average, that's the average.
Josh Jacobs going to fall out.
I don't know. I feel like Josh Jacobs is going to click back again and get some more points. And
I definitely see that.
I mean, he has so much potential that I feel like he will.
No, I'll keep him.
James
what do you think about
Robinson's
Christian
probably gonna stay
McCaffrey?
exactly where he's at.
Yeah, he's definitely the biggest surprise. What'd you say?
I feel like James Robinson's now with Gardner out. It's going to be James Robinson, just James Robinson. Which, I mean, they could lock him down like they kind of been doing with Kareem Hunt because Nick Chubb was out. But, I mean, that ceiling is going to be so high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for guys to slip out, we talked about James Robinson possibly. Todd Gurley was someone that I brought up just with his health concerns, really. Who do you think slips in?
Wait, was Kareem Hunt not on that? And Nick Chubb's not either, are they?
Not for average, no.
I want to say one of them's going to come in, but at the same time, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Browns offense have been just pooping the bed.
Weird.
Yeah, they're a running team, and they haven't been running the ball as well in the past few weeks.
What is the 12th guy averaging? Like, what's his points per game?
So number 12 was Josh Jacobs, and Josh Jacobs is averaging 15.8.
18 or 15. He went down.
I could also
big
see
guy.
Myles Gaskin.
He went down. I forgot.
Myles Gaskin, yeah. I think that now
The last 2 games, 18 touches for rushing and then 4 receptions and 3 receptions.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs to find the end zone a little more, and I think he'd be pretty good.
Yeah, I talked about this in the matchup show highlighting the Dolphins and the Rams was that to help Tua kind of transition in, Myles Gaskin is going to get a lot of touches, take some pressure off of Tua, run the ball more. So, yeah, I definitely agree with that.
They're watching Gaskin too. It wouldn't shock me either. Gaskin's a good running back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he ended up on the Dolphins of all places, but
yeah.
So where do you think Christian McCaffrey is going to rank at the end of the year?
Top 3.
He's at
Average.
What's he at right now? 2? 3?
I don't think he's the number 1 running back this year, though.
No.
Oh, no, because he got hurt.
McCaffrey will.
We're still
stay in
talking
the top
average.
3. He's at 3rd.
Oh, he is averaging 26 at the moment, but he played 2 games.
Isn't Dalvin Cook probably the highest average right now?
It's Alvin Kamara at 1.
With average? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think Dalvin takes over that spot soon, though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, they're both incredible. I mean,
Actually, no. Alvin will not take over that. Alvin will drop a little bit.
So you don't think?
Alvin
You
will
don't
stay
think
top 12.
Dalvin?
No, Alvin.
Oh, okay.
Alvin
love
will
the
not
Chipmunk
stay at number
movie.
1.
Alvin.
Michael Thomas.
Alvin.
Because Alvin's getting a ton of receptions too, and that'll go down.
I mean, he's always
And in
had tons of
PPR,
receptions.
that'll be less for him.
So we think it'll be Dalvin, Alvin, and then Christian.
Dalvin, Christian, Alvin.
Yeah, this dude's just a hater. He's just a hater on me. That's all it is.
Dude.
I think Alvin stays at 2.
No, dude, he's not going to keep
drops off.
3 or 4.
All right,
so we'll move on. We'll move on to wide receivers. Brandon, you kind of talked about Allen Robinson. Who was the biggest surprise between Jamison Crowder and Travis Fulgham being in the top 12, you think? Because
I remember Crowder had some big games and stuff last year. Like, he always had the potential, but he never really capitalized on it. But Fulgham, I never even knew that name before 2 weeks ago, I swear.
No. Yeah, exactly. That's what we thought about. Someone who could sneak in, we highlighted Justin Jefferson. He's outside the top 12. Tyler Boyd was who I brought up as well.
He just gets so many targets.
Yeah, the Bengals are throwing that ball.
Yeah.
Slanging that
Joe
thing.
Burrow. Joe Burrow starts getting more and more. He just starts getting better and better and better.
Mm-hmm.
He's good.
Yeah.
Will Fuller is at 14. What do you think about the possibility of him going to the Packers?
In a trade.
It's got to happen. It's got to happen in 20
Today.
minutes. So
I don't like. I hate it.
I don't think it's happening either. What would they trade for? Just picks or something, you think?
Yeah.
I think the Texans are desperate enough. They would only take picks, honestly, considering they give away all of them.
They don't have first and second picks for the next 2 years.
Which is crazy.
Thanks to Laramie Tunsil and Kenny Stills.
Kenny Stills.
Yeah.
What do you think about Brandon Cooks? You think he's going to get more targets? He's going to continue seeing an increase?
If
Will Fuller leaves.
If Will Fuller goes, I think
then.
it's a high possibility.
Which isn't looking like it's going to happen. I don't know. I don't think. They're 1-6, man. Texans are bad. They'll have to throw the ball. So, I mean, could. Will Fuller goes down, I could definitely see it, which has a tendency of happening. Moving on into tight ends. So this is the last position that we'll talk about today. And an average number 1, Travis Kelce, big surprise. George Kittle, Darren Waller, TJ Hawkinson, Noah Fant, Robert Tonyan, Mark Andrews, CJ Uzomah, 2 games. Jonnu Smith and Jared Cook are tied. Trey Burton and Jordan Reed also 4 games and 3 games between the 2 of them. Jordan Reed has literally played in 3 games, and 1 game he's had over 20 points, and that's the only reason why he's here. So I think he could definitely slip out.
I could see it.
Biggest surprise, TJ Hawkinson being that high. That's a big surprise. Possibly, where am I? Robert Tonyan. I mean, no one knew who he was going into the season.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with TJ is he's just always going to give you some points. He's going to give you 9 points to 15 or 14 in that range every game. You can depend on that. But he's probably not going to drop 30 points.
You guys know that there was a lot of when TJ got drafted, a lot of people were talking about comparing him to Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rare that tight ends go in the first round, and the fact that there was 2 from Iowa and he was one of them with Noah Fant. I mean, they're both beasts.
Oh yeah, Hawk's huge. Hawk's a big man, and he can, like literally what I just said, compared to Gronkowski, big and can catch the ball.
Both in the top 12.
That's crazy.
Someone sneaking into it. I guess Gronk is one. I mean, he's been breaking out. He's not in the top 12 yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's not going to get that much more targets than what he is right now. But, I mean, it's still a stable floor area he's at right now.
And plus, the offense only gets better with A.J. Brown as far as pushing the ball down the field. Dalton Schultz with Danucci.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I like Schultz. I picked up Schultz because I thought he was going to be great with, Dak throwing the ball to him, and then what happened? Dak, rest in peace.
Yep.
No, I don't.
Stubbed
I
his
don't think. I don't think Schultz has any fantasy value anymore.
Yeah. Evan Ingram,
Facts.
he's at 19 right now. I mean, all he has to do is put together like 2 15-point performances and then just have a steady floor and he could sneak in to the top 12.
Yeah, and in the last 2 games, he had the week 7, he had 6 receptions, and this last week he got 5. So
yeah,
it's looking decent with receptions. Those 2 weeks though, so it's not much.
Right. Yeah. Jeez, dude, tight ends suck.
God. It's a sad year for tight ends. I miss Ertz. I miss him.
Yeah. Already.
And then Goddard was supposed to be good. He got hurt too. Higbee was something for a little bit, and he just disappeared.
He had 1 game. He had 3 touchdowns.
And then he's just off. Gesicki.
Mike
was supposed to be real good.
He had a 28-point performance. I remember watching Saquon in college, and Mike Gesicki was on that team with good old Trace McSorley.
Trace McSorley, baby.
Dude, just watch it. Dude, Mike Gesicki's a beast, and I think he'll be a good tight end in the NFL. Give him a few more years.
Give Tua and him a few more years. I want to see that.
Yep, that'd be sick. So, anything else to add in closing thoughts?
No.
How about Gardner Minshew, Brandon?
It's heartbreaking, but if he actually was injured those games, it would make sense.
Do you think after this, you think he's got a career still?
Yeah. Has Gardner Minshew started his last NFL game?
No, dude. Someone's going to give him a chance somewhere. Yeah.
It's scary to think about, though.
Yeah.
It's honestly a reality, too.
Yep.
I just feel like there's something about him. He just brings so much energy and passion to the game. He's not like a disposable QB for that. His leadership's so high, it seems like.
Big locker room guy.
Not everybody's Alex Smith. Not everybody's Alex Smith.
Not everyone also snaps their leg in half.
That is fact.
And then also loses half their leg to a staph infection.
Looking pretty hot right now, boy. Not gonna lie.
I feel like I'm in a microwave.
God,
thanks, man.
All right, I think that's gonna do it for the Fantasy Football Show. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, man. See ya.
See you guys.
What?
Thanks for tuning in.
What? We didn't even talk about our matchups.
It's Tuesday.
So?
Tuesday,
we
my
didn't.
dude.